Hey, what's up, collectors? It's Miguel here from Toy Quest 101, and on this episode of That Geek Statue Show, we have another batch of the Skottie Young Marvel animated statues, and we're about to unbox and review them for you guys right now. Hey, what's up, collectors? Miguel here as always, and welcome to another episode of That Geek Statue Show right here on Toy Quest 101. Now, like I mentioned before, guys, and if you've been with us in the past, you know that we have done several episodes of the Skottie Young Marvel animated statues from Gentle Giant. As you guys know, Gentle Giant has gone out of the business, so these are hard to find. You can only find them secondhand or in the second market now. But we do have another batch for you guys. You know, I'm a huge fan of Skottie Young, his art, his comics. And we have another batch here of these animated statues, which I absolutely love. I really hope somebody else picks up the license for them and keeps on continuing the line because they were very popular. Now, guys, if this is the first time joining, please consider subscribing to Toy Quest 101. And don't forget to hit that notifications bell so you don't miss any toy reviews, statue unboxes, or any celebrity guests that might pop up on our show. Now, guys, you know the drill, so let's get started. Let's get unboxing them, and we're gonna start off with Apocalypse. All right, guys, so here is X-Men's Apocalypse in the form of the Skottie Young Marvel animated statue. And man, I absolutely love these. I mean, check out the cell shading on this, which we'll get into in a little bit. But the first thing out of the box is the COA. Now, the COA is in a form of a trading card. I've said this plenty of times before, but I love this about this because I do have them in a trading card binder. It looks really cool. And it looks like a nice collection, right, of cards, but they're actually the COAs, and you get to protect them, so I love that. Now, they only made 3,000 of these, guys, and like I mentioned before, unfortunately, the company went out of business, so you can only find these like in eBay or somewhere aftermarket, maybe the marketplace and stuff. But man, I really do hope that somebody takes the license and continues with these because I absolutely love these. Now, the cool thing about these, guys, is that they usually pick a comic cover of Skottie Young to make these little statues. So this resembles one of the covers that he did, the way Apocalypse's stance here. And I absolutely love it, guys. So if you do have that comic book, you can have it displayed, you know, behind this, or, you know, with the other character on the cover if there is, and, you know, remake that comic cover, which I think is pretty cool. These things aren't that big, but man, they're very nice, and they're not that expensive. You can see them anywhere between $40 to $80, depending on how rare the one that you really want. But man, this is cool. Check this out, X-Men's Apocalypse. I mean, the thing about these, guys, is that they're made to look cartoonish, right? So there's a lot of cell shading and stuff. The colors pop out. In this particular case, it's Apocalypse, so you have that like baby blue, whites, and blacks, and of course a little bit of gray here, but check that out. This is really cool. And for those who don't know Skottie Young's art, make sure you check him out. Guys, he usually makes his superheroes in like toddler or baby form. That's why these guys look like kids. But this is like a kid form of Apocalypse, and it's absolutely adorable. But man, this looks really cool. Check out the cell shading. I love the sculpt as well. The bases are all typically the same, but man, look at this sculpt. You see everything here, all his armor and stuff. The A pop out, you know, his big boots. You see his, you know, real exaggerated facial features, cartoonish features. In this case, his mouth and his eyes are squinting and stuff. But this looks really cool, guys. I absolutely love this. Man, he's pretty big for, you know, one of the Skottie Young statues. Of course, he has to be. He's Apocalypse. But this is really cool to add to your X-Men collection of Skottie Young statues. And like I said before, between the sculpt, the cell shading, and the fact that they take it from a comic book cover, that's what I love about these. So this is X-Men's Apocalypse. All right, guys, so here is another Mad Titan. Here is Thanos, guys. I absolutely love this one too. Again, the first thing out of the box is the COA. They only made 3,000 of these, so we do have that here, and of course the box. But man, I love this. Check out the Mad Titan. And like I said before, man, you know, the exaggeration of the cartoon, especially in the face here, is what I love about Skottie Young. You're gonna see the big teeth, the big eyebrows, and of course he's upset, he's mad. You see the Infinity Gauntlet, but man, check out the colors on this. I absolutely love it. Obviously his purple face, you're gonna see those yellow eyes. You're gonna see all the different color stones here as well on the Infinity Gauntlet. But man, I love this, man. He looks so awesome. Again, who would have ever thought that, you know, Thanos would be adorable, right? But here he is in a kid form. Looks really awesome. Again, this is probably from a comic cover, and again, you can remake these comic covers as well. But man, this is absolutely amazing. Here goes Thanos. All right, guys, so here is Gamora from the Guardians of the Galaxy. As you can see, this is a lot smaller than Thanos and Apocalypse, so we're gonna leave that out. We're probably gonna do Drax the Destroyer next, so you kind of see the size difference. But of course, it does come with the COA again. This one does have a ES of 3000, just like most of them do. Here's the colored box as well. Let me just pop this card right back in. And guys, she looks adorable as well. She's obviously upset, probably yelling at Star-Lord. They have all the Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, I've done Star-Lord before. I have Groot. And I have Rocket, so this would be cool to complete my Guardians of the Galaxy from Skottie Young. But man, she looks awesome here. She's got the black and purple hair, the green skin color, the two swords as well, and her pants are kind of black with a lot of blue and purple as well, but she's a little bit more colorful. I absolutely love that. But yeah, she's here with her hands crossed. She's upset, but man, she looks adorable, guys. Here is Gamora from the Guardians of the Galaxy. All right, guys, so here is Drax the Destroyer from Guardians of the Galaxy. He looks awesome, guys. Check out that color pattern. Again, he is a little bit bigger than Gamora. I'll have them here next to each other so you can see the size comparison, as they should be. Some of these characters are a little bit bigger than the other, so they do scale them because it makes sense. They are, you know, bigger characters. So this is really cool, but you guys can see here, I do have them next to each other. Of course, first thing out of the box is the COA. Made 3000 of these as well. That's the ES. Here's the color art box. But man, Drax looks really good. You see the green skin tones and you see the orange markings, which I absolutely love. He's kind of just there with a dead serious face. I love that about this. Again, probably from a comic art cover of Skottie Young, which we'll try to find. But man, this looks absolutely amazing. And again, when you have all the Guardians of the Galaxy together, I think it's a good little diorama that you could set up. But man, check him out. Look at his facial features, big eyes, you know, big head, a little hunched over. I love that. His pants are nice in color too. You got black with little cell shaded purple, shades of purple on him. But man, he looks really good as well. Absolutely love it, guys. Here is Drax the Destroyer. All right, guys, moving on to She-Hulk. Here she is, another female superhero, and she looks really good as well, which we'll get to her in a little bit. But again, COAs here, 3000 of these they only made. Here is the colored art box as well. But man, I love the female characters. You know, they bring a lot of different facial features as well. She's super excited here, almost like a cheerleader, but she's rocking that purple and white suit. And man, she is just smiling, saying she's number one. Her hair is kind of in the air and this big smile as well. But man, super animated. Love the cell shading. Love the colors on her as well. I love the colored, you know, animated statues that are very colorful because they do stand out when you have them all together. And she's definitely one that's going to stand out. But guys, here is She-Hulk. All right, guys, moving right along, here is the Scarlet Witch from the Avengers. Man, she looks awesome. And what I love about some of these characters is that they do have dynamic poses, so they're not all like museum poses. Some of these are actually in an action pose, just like Scarlet Witch. As you can see, she's kind of attacking. Her cape is up in the air as well, so is her hair, so it does create a sense of motion in a stationary statue, which I absolutely love. But man, this is cool because, like I said, you could set up a little diorama, and most of these comic covers, you know, they're very childish, so you do see some characters sneaking up on others while they're not paying attention. And it's almost like in a playful attack mode, right? So this is the Scarlet Witch here. Her colors look really good. Look at her face and her crown as well, her mask. I don't know what do you want to call it, but man, you see the exaggerated features on her face, different color tones of red with the cell shading. But man, she looks really cool. I absolutely love her. I think she's awesome. You could pair her up with Vision as well, and the rest of your Avengers, or just have her with Vision. But this is really cool. We do have the Vision as well. And again, they made 3000 of these. Here is the COA trading card and the box, guys. But this is the Scarlet Witch. All right, guys, so here is Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier, man. He looks cool. We actually gave one of these away at New York Comic Con as part of my Invasion tour at New York Comic Con a couple years ago. Our boy Anthony Kennedy actually won one, and I didn't have this in my collection. And when I saw it, I was like, man, I really like this one. It's a good little piece. Not my favorite character, but he looks awesome. And as you can see here, he looks really, really cool, guys. Check this out. You see his mechanical arm. You see he's kind of running, again, a dynamic pose. Crazy big eyes. His hair is kind of flowing as well, but he looks really, really good. He's got, you know, his utility belt. He's got like the belt that goes around as a vest as well. I mean, he is all armored up, you know, ready for action. Again, he's running. Again, you could create a cool little scene with this, little action scene going on. I love the fact that he's running. You can have Scarlet Witch chasing him. I mean, this is the perfect one to kind of pair up with her as well. There's all different kind of poses and stuff that you could do for your display when you have them all next to each other, but this is a really cool one. The Winter Soldier, again, it does have the COA. They only made 3,000 of these. The art box is here as well, and this is one of the smaller you know, statues, again, for Bucky or the Winter Soldier, guys, but this one's pretty cool too. Let us know in the comments what you think. All right, guys, last but not least, I left my favorite one for last. This is the blue-eyed Benjamin Grimm, the Thing from the Fantastic Four. I absolutely love him as a character from the Fantastic Four. And man, this is one of those that are not super colorful, but they did such an amazing job with him. You see the brown looks really good. You see the bright blue Fantastic Four shorts, and you see all the cracks in his skin and the exaggerated facial features as well. He's also running, but man, this is one of my favorite ones, guys. I do have Human Torch. I do have Invisible Woman. I gotta try to find Reed Richards somewhere to complete the Fantastic Four. I could even add the She-Hulk to them as well, but man, this is such a cool little, you know, statue of the Thing, you know, with Skottie Young's interpretation of him. But man, he looks really, really cool. Look at that. I love that. Super, super happy with this one. Again, this was my favorite. Again, they made 3,000 of these, guys. It does come with the COA and of course the art box, guys, but let me know what you think of the Thing in the comments below. All right, guys, there you have it. All 8 of our Skottie Young Marvel animated statues from Gentle Giant. We covered a lot of these guys pretty quickly. Again, I didn't want to beat a dead horse. We've done these shows before with Skottie Young figures or statues. And I just wanted to show you guys the different looks, the different colors, the different characters that they have. But you get the point. These things are adorable. I want you guys to let me know in the comments what your favorite character was in today's unboxing and review. Or if you have one that you have at home that you love, or if there's one that you're looking for that you haven't been able to find. I know Storm's a really hard one to get, but man, they have so many out there, guys. Let us know in the comments which one was your favorite, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was short and sweet. Guys, please follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe to Toy Quest 101. We'll see you guys on another episode. Bye, guys.